Good morning, friends. It's Deanna Williston with Our Blooming Catholic Life, and I really just couldn't wait to get this review into you. Now, I know I talked about the other day, 33 Days to Greater Glory, a little bit. I did a little bit of the background information the other day, and I was just so excited to get this. So this is a new book by Father Michael Gaitley. You may have done 33 Days to Morning Glory, a consecration to Jesus through Mary. You may have done the 33 Days to Merciful Love. You may have done, let's see what else here, Consoling the Heart of Jesus, You Did It to Me, or One Thing of Three, or even The Second Greatest Story Ever Told by Father Michael Gaitley. Well, this is a new one. He's reorganized the Hearts of Fire Parish program. I don't know if you can see that there. So it's been reorganized. Not all the books are out yet. This is the first of 3 new ones to be coming out. And I'm assuming that's completing the set. But maybe not. Okay, so I started. I could not help myself. I couldn't wait. It kind of asks you to end up on a 34th day being a Sunday. But, you know, when I counted my days out, hey, if I started last night, 34th day would be Purim. And that made sense to me. I was kind of in love with the idea because Esther is just such a strong woman in the Bible. And why I picked her, sorry, my little dog just jumped up here. Why I picked it then was because of the way that she went before the king. She completely humbled herself, right? And made herself very small, did a number of penances. And with everybody doing the 90s, I just thought we're doing all this penance, right? Not quite as far as she did. I don't know of anybody that went as far as Esther, but she was trying to save an entire nation. We're trying to save an entire nation. Mind blown, right? We're trying to save civilization right now. Right, 1 minute. Okay, so I'm dying. So I'm totally getting in my Esther on right now and thinking, well, I may need to up that penance a little bit. I am, a secular Franciscan, originally called Brothers and Sisters of Penance, so fair enough. So anyway, I thought it would be really meaningful for me to consecrate myself to go before the king, because this is a consecration to God the Father, to go before the king on the 34th day, which is Purim. I thought that was poetic and lovely, and I couldn't wait any longer, so I started it last night. And I haven't downloaded the Gospel of John recording that he has. I have on my phone. I think we've talked before. Let's see, what's it called? My Bible app is, that I have is Truth and Life, and it's a dramatized audio Bible on it, so I can listen to the readings on here. I figured it's 34 days. As much as Father Michael Gaitley loves listening to the exact same thing continually because he is so in love with this recording, I thought I'd mix it up and do a couple days or maybe a week with this recording of the Gospel of John and then do the other one. So I was going to mix them up here and there, just to keep it fresh. So week 1 is the opening characters. So we're looking at Moses. So here are the opening characters in the Gospel of John. A prophet like Moses, John the Baptist, the first apostles, the Jews, Nicodemus, the woman at the well, and the woman caught in adultery. Those are how we're starting. So day 1, we started out with Moses, literally Moses in the burning bush, and looking at him. And that one, it spoke to me, and it was like, yeah, okay, because Moses couldn't even get there. God was amazing. And the prayer for the day is, I beg you, Father, show me your glory. Show me your face. Let me behold your glory shining forth from the face of Christ. And that, I didn't really get the whole thing until I got to that prayer. And it's like, all right, because that's our end goal, right? That's what we're longing for. That's why we're doing the book. Duh. Sorry for that gesture. Duh. I felt so stupid. I just wasn't connecting with it until I got to the prayer. And then I had to go back and read it like 15 times, which is good that it's super short. It's like front and back of one page, the front of another page, and and like 4 lines on another. It's really short. These are all really short. If you've never done one of these, it's not even 2 pages front and back that you're reading a day. Now, this does have the added thing that it's giving you a gospel scripture to look at every day, but it's encouraging you to do that on the audio. So you could do that anytime throughout the day because it's audio, right? You can just play it and listen to it, or multiple times a day. I've already listened to it twice. Okay, so today was John the Baptist, day 2, and I was kind of surprised. I mean, again, we went back into Moses, so we're going into Passover. That's where we went. We went to Passover, and we're connecting that with John the Baptist baptizing, and that was really, really deep and humbling. And like I talked about Esther being so humble, and it's just so beautiful. The prayer for the day, and I'm not joking, the prayer for the day was, look at an image of a lamb and reflect. That is the animal that most reveals who God is. That is the image of the Son in whom the Father is well pleased. And wow, you could spend years on that. Years on that. And it's not just a prayer. So if you're a different type of learner, if you're an auditory learner, do this with a spouse, a friend, somebody. Do it with a group, and they can read you. You could do like a little group call or text, and somebody could read this out loud. I guess you couldn't do it in a text and do it out loud. If your phone reads to you, you could. Anyway, you could set up a group call, meet each other for lunch if you have that a bit availability, and do it where you read. If you're somebody who you're a visual learner, sit and draw this out. Get the images that go with the different things that they're talking about, and you could absolutely put that together. If you're somebody like me, I actually I listened to the Gospel of John. I read the Gospel of John, read this, listened to the Gospel of John again, and then I journaled, and then I drew a picture, and then I went back to read it again. I'm one of those people who normally needs to talk it out, and I don't know anybody else that jumped straight in to do it, so I don't have anybody else to talk it out with. So that's why I'm using multiple ways, because that's the way my brain works. And again, I'm constantly going back to the imagery in my head. And like I talked about the other day, it's why you need to be careful with what you put in your brain, because if you're like me, you're thinking about it and pondering it like all the time the rest of the day. And that's why these books are great, because they give me something to ponder for the rest of the day. A lot of people like those yearly devotionals. I know like Jeanette Bankvick Williams has one out. Graceful Moments maybe. And it's a daily devotional. It has a beautiful reflection every day that you can ponder every day. And somebody was like, at the end of the year, they were like, well, done with that book, and they set it aside. But no, it's good the next year too. You can just pick it up and keep doing it over and over, or pick up a different one. But it's just funny that somebody was like, done, read that book, done. No, you're supposed to read a tiny bit every day for a year, and then you can pick it up and start again. Now they're 33 days, and you're like, well, I've done my 33 days. I'm living it. Yes and no. I think we've talked about living it, and there's books that help you go deeper into your consecrations, but there's also the opportunity to go back and read it again. Most of the books that are out now, this is brand new, so it doesn't have it yet, also have a study guide. So like the first time I've done them, because I do them as soon as they come off the press, I tend to do them without a workbook or a guide first, and then I go back and do them once the video lessons are out and the workbooks are out. I'll be a leader and lead a group of friends to do it that way. And so I get to do it at least twice, and then oftentimes I'll do it a third time on my own at home because I have all the materials. And we all know I don't rate my books. I'll have a blank composition book that I'll write all my answers in, and so when I go through it multiple times, I can just keep writing in that book, but I can go back and reflect on what I had before, but I'm not influenced or held back. I'm not limited by my previous answers. It's fun to go back and look and see if how you're interpreting things changed, if you've grown at all, but I don't like to be limited by that. That's why I don't write the answers in my book, because I feel like I wouldn't really go as deeply into the reflection. I'd go into my previous reflection and be stuck there. So that's why I keep it in a composition book and move on and do it again and again. And I've done most of the studies I've done more than once, because then you own the books. You don't always own the DVDs, but you do own the books, so it's fun to go back and look at them again. Like, I'm really thinking, since I'm doing this now, and I'll be a good way in before Lent even starts, hey, maybe I'll get out that Great Adventure Bible timeline and throw that in. Why not? Or this is the Gospel of John. Maybe I'll get another study on John and just follow right up with that to go even more deeply. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't decided. But I hope you're considering this book, or at least staying open to it, or one of the other 33 days. Hey, if there's a book or program that you'd like to me to review, and you're a publisher, feel free to send it to me. I'd love to get a group together and we can review that for you. Otherwise, if there's one that you'd really like me to look at, go ahead, put it down below in the comments, and I'll try and get to it if I can afford to grab that. And as always, don't forget to like this video. It lets YouTube know that it's a decent video and they should be sharing it. But you can share it as well. And don't forget to subscribe and watch some other videos I've done. Okay, friends, God bless. Have a great weekend.